first time, I think, if I recall correctly, was at Mukesh Bhai Ambani's house when he had come at the inauguration of the HN Reliance Hospital. That's the first time that I met him. What was very heartening at that particular evening was that I was standing behind in the second row, and in the front were the leading luminaries of the Indian industry. My height was, but he saw me and he put his hand across and he said, Gavaskar ji, kaise hai aap? How are you? That was really heartening. VVS Lakshman Kapil, myself, had flown to Australia because not obviously with the Prime Minister, but uh, with the help of the ministry, who had asked us to be there for that particular sector of the trip. I think he was also going to Fiji and some other countries, and this was, if I recall correctly, it was the first ever trip by an Indian Prime Minister to Australia, which in itself was amazing. That all these years, no Indian Prime Minister had gone to Australia, and there was a dinner at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, at the ground itself. They have lovely, reception halls, etc. So it was over there. But before that, there was a photo opportunity. There were three Australian players as well. Steve Waugh, Glenn McGrath was there, and so it was a photograph with the six of us: the Australian Prime Minister, the Indian Prime Minister. They were not the security that is normally around, heads of state. I was able to have a conversation with him, a conversation where I requested some time to meet up with him. He said, of course, not a problem at all. And then I also suggested that I was going to be in Delhi on certain dates and whether those dates suited him. And he said, yes, Parliament will be on, but we will still, don't worry, we will still be able to find a date, because there was nobody around, just the two prime ministers and the players. We were a little bit away, and this is a remarkable thing, and is that I said to him, Ki, sir, who should I contact to take this further? He said, आपने बोल दिया ठीक है. About 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, we were in Singapore at that time, and I was part of the franchise called Singapore Slammers, which was playing in the International Tennis Premier League. And I got a call from the Prime Minister's office saying that you had, requested the Honorable Prime Minister for a meeting on such and such a date. So would you still be able to make it? I said, of course, I'd be able to make it. And I mean, that was remarkable because look, a Prime Minister, he's got so many things on his mind. So many things on his mind. And yet to remember a request and, not to forget it, because it's so easy. I mean, all of us, we might say something, yeah, I'll call you. Simple thing like, I'll call you. And we don't, always remember. Not that we deliberately forget, but there are so many other things that can happen in the course of that day or in the course of the next few days that can take your mind away. But that really was, something which I've never forgotten. When we met him, we requested him to come for the opening of the second the Sai Sanjeevani Hospital. This was in Palwal in Haryana, which is about 70-80 minutes from Delhi, and he did it by I think remote. So again, that was a real big blessing for the hospital as well. So something that you can never forget is that despite all his busy situation and all the matters that would be weighing on his mind when you're the Prime Minister of the country, so many things that happen. But just to remember this request, I've never forgotten that. He is very keen to have a hospital in Varanasi, and that is something that he sometimes has asked. There was an occasion when there was a foundation stone laying ceremony for the stadium in Varanasi that was that was to take place, and Sachin Tendulkar, Ravi Shastri, Kapil Dev, myself, Roger Binny, who was the president of the BCCI then, we were all called for the foundation stone laying ceremony, and the Honorable Prime Minister was to come. We were told since the Prime Minister's program is pretty much second by second, minute by minute, and he came in, and he spoke to Ravi first, and the next, when he came to me, I was standing there, came to me, and his first question was, गावस्कर जी वो हॉस्पिटल का वाराणसी के हॉस्पिटल का क्या हो रहा है? And I mean, so he actually saved me the bother of asking the question. And the UP CMD was also just behind him. So I was able to say that yes, it is in process, and that Yogi ji is helping with that as well. He was also very anxious to know how we are going to not only the Varanasi hospital, how we are going to try and expand so that more and more children can be given this totally free of cost surgeries. I would like to wish the Prime Minister Modi is a long life, long, healthy life, a productive life as we have seen so far. And his dream of Viksit Bharat will become a reality sooner than the target date that he has set